Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. I hope everyone is having an absolutely magnificent Monday. Let's get into it. I have not touched on the Israel-Palestine conflict now in several weeks. I'm going to now because we are about 99 days away from Election Day, and I have to think, who do I want in the big seat? Who do I want in the big seat? Do I want a failed businessman and a vice president who is about as sharp as a marble? Absolutely not. Do I want a failed businessman who is hated by pretty much everyone in the world, leader-wise, except for Kim Jong-un and Putin? Absolutely not. They got the Republicans got the vice president pick wrong, but I know why they did it, because, you know, J.D. Vance is a bitch. He is Trump's bitch. And will do his bidding for him. J.D. Vance is about as sharp as a marble. We're talking about somebody who has to read the instructions on a shampoo bottle. So, who do I want in the big seat to manage a possible WW3 in the next 4 to 5 years? And you might think that I am being crazy to say that, but remember, I've gotten absolutely nothing wrong so far. And, you know, we've got the Ukraine-Russia war, Israel-Palestine, and now Iran, Hezbollah coming into it. We've got potential conflict with China. So who do I want? You know, we need somebody who has the possibility to unify and unite. That is not who Donald Trump is. That is not who Donald Trump is at all. We need someone who has the possibility to unite. And I'm not saying Kamala will or won't, but there's a possibility there. We know Donald Trump will not unite anyone. And to have a possible WW3 on the horizon, you know, we need to pray for the strength to endure what is to come. And as long as Kamala and the Democrats get the vice president pick right, that's who I would like to see in the big seat. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And we're going to have to take a stand. And America will get drawn in possibly to a WW3, especially now that, you know, this potential conflict with Israel, Palestine, and now Iran and Hezbollah. And in America, you cannot go against Israel. I'm not saying I agree with it, don't agree with it. I am simply stating a fact that in America, and really pretty much throughout the world, you cannot go against Israel. That's it. I mean, that's what it is. I'm going to get into that in another video this week, but that's all I'll say. You cannot go against Israel in America, or really on the world stage. I mean, that's just the way. There are certain things that are the way the world works, and that is one of them. I see the protests. I see everything. I see what's going on. And at the end of the day, I know that no one can go against Israel. No one. That's the way the world works is. Since the Holocaust, since that's just the way the world works. You cannot go against Israel. I'm not saying, again, right or wrong. I'm simply stating a fact. And I'm going to get into it much later date. But again, who do I want? Because I look at the lay of the land. And first off, I don't know why anyone would want the big seat. I don't know why anyone would want, you know, fucking the presidency. I mean, look at the world and the hot steaming pile of shit that it is. America, possible conflict with China, Ukraine-Russia war, Israel-Palestine, Iran war. Who wants to get involved in that fucking steaming hot pile of shit? America, you know, fucking poor, taking care of our veterans shit, inflation, healthcare, childcare, housing. I mean, the world is on fire. But again, circling back, I digress. You know, we all have to pray for the strength to endure what is to come. And who do I want in the big seat to manage a possible impending WW3 would be Kamala Harris. And I hope that you feel the same. I hope you think about that and say, who do I want in the big seat? Who do I want in the big seat if there is a WW3? And I would sit there and say the possibility of a WW3 is probably 70%, if not higher, especially now with Iran getting involved with Israel and Hezbollah and Palestine Hamas. You know, I know America stands with Israel. I understand that. I'm not saying I agree with it or disagree with it. I will get into that in a later video. What I'm saying now is that we have to look at the world, the lay of the land, and analyze what's going to possibly happen in the next 4 to 6 years. And who do we want in the big seat for the next 4 years? A failed businessman who is hated throughout the world, who possibly pulls us out of NATO, and his only friends are Kim Jong-un and Putin, two horrible, reprehensible dictator, mass murdering bastards, or, you know, Kamala Harris, who has the possibility to unite. But again, even if it's Trump or Kamala, they are going into a fucking shit hurricane that I do not envy, to say the least, because, man, there is going to be shit raining down from the ceilings. And I mean, personally, I wouldn't want any part of it. But again, when you're voting, don't just, you know, Kamala or Trump. Who do you want in the big seat with an impending possible WW3? Who do you want? A failed businessman who is hated throughout the world, might pull us out of NATO and bring even more problems to America. Or Kamala Harris, and as long as she gets the VP pick correct. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your take is on it. But that's where I stand, because I have to look down the line. I have to look further down the trough. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And we all need to pray for the strength to endure what is to come. Be safe out there.